But you can't be a lion if you don't understand the rules of the jungle. So, ladies and gentlemen, you got to recognize what it means to sacrifice.
Self-soothing. Now, this is something that I discovered early in my business career. Was the thing that separated me from a lot of other people. It wasn't that I didn't get upset about things, or that I didn't get hurt or have something ding my self-esteem.
Those who believe in limitations have succumbed to the madness of illusions. Those who desire to be uncommon must first deal with the insanity of their common sense.
The next chapter is going to be your best chapter, because the next chapter, you're getting ready to write something new. The next chapter, it will say happily. Ever after, your next chapter is going to be better than your last chapter, because it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. How are you going to finish? You're not waiting for the perfect time. You're making it the perfect time. You don't need to be in the perfect setting. No, not even when it's not perfect. You're going to make it. Why? Because you feud on the inside.
What it means to be powerful. What it means to be strong. This is your moment to shine. And if you're not willing to shine, then step aside. If you're not willing to work, then this is not the place for you. You got to toughen up. You got to look up. You got to build up. If you want it, this is the time to go get it. But you got to work for it. You got to believe in it. You got to trust in it. You got to let the power flow through the veins. The blood is real. The blood will push you. The pump that you're getting in this place right now is going to take you up and over the top. But if you're not hungry, if you're not willing to get it, then you're going to starve.
It was that all of those insults would happen. I would have my reaction, but I would be able to very quickly soothe myself, get my head back in the game. And in the beginning, it was, before I really started working on it, it might have been 3 days or longer where something would upset me and I would stay upset. I would think badly about myself, and I would really spiral out of control and lose a lot of time to being in that negative space. And over time I realized this is not effective. Like, if I'm trying to accomplish a goal and I spend 3 days worrying about some comment that somebody made or some mistake that I made, or if I embarrassed myself, I just thought, I'm never going to get where I want to go.
You're gonna starve because you're not hungry. You're gonna starve because you're not willing. You're gonna starve because you don't want it. Only the hungry knows how to eat. Only the hungry knows how to fight. You don't have time to step back. You got to go forward. You got to push harder. You got to dig a little bit deeper. Some people, all they do is talk. When you're in this place of business, there is no talking. The only conversation is moving what's in front of you. The only conversation is pushing when you feel you can't push. The only conversation is you against you. The rest doesn't matter. The excuses doesn't matter. The weakness doesn't count. Excuses, get out of my way.
Once I factor in how much time I spend being traumatized by something, so I want to get this window as narrow as I can. And now my goal, it's not always what I achieve, but my goal is to get the amount of time that I spend emotionally derailing on something because something upset me, to get that so quick that I spend so little time in that suffering that people don't even see it register on my face. So I went from 3 days to a day to a few hours to an hour to a couple minutes down to when I'm at my best, it not even registering on my face. And when you can dial yourself in like that, then the world is your oyster. Everything begins to open up because you're able to very quickly recenter yourself, get refocused on what your goal is, and then at the end of the day, taking action that actually moves you towards that goal in a meaningful and expedient way. That's what we're after.
What are you going to do? With all the wisdom you got, are you just going to throw it out the window? Are you just going to forget about it as soon as you leave here? Are you just going to let all this information go? Or are you going to decide, no, I got a story and my story is not finished? I'm here to tell you that the beginning of your story may be painful. Maybe the beginning of your story was rough, but I got good news for you. There's another chapter.
Dream must be pulled into reality with the hands of unwavering belief. The struggles and difficulties of life are just arrogant mountains daring us to climb them. To accomplish big things, one must burn with passion when doing what the common person sees as small things. Greatness hides itself under the rocks of the simple and insignificant. Clarity is the monster that devours all opposition. You must see yourself with such awareness that it makes your dream inevitable. The awakened one dreams away his life, unhindered by the world's illusion of limitations. He is fully conscious of his inner power to mold and shape the seen world. His dreams and creative imagination become...
Do you ever think about what you think about? Because if you did, and if you took control of that, you could alter the direction of your entire life. Most people never take the time to take an inventory about their thoughts. Yet our thoughts control our world. Our thoughts are like magnets. They literally draw towards us that which we obsess about. And so most people never take the time to analyze what they think about. The most successful people I know are the most self-aware, meaning they're aware of what they do, and they're also aware of what they think. They're aware of how they're perceived. So today's message is about thinking. There's some stats you need to know. Number one is, average person, you and I have about 75,000 thoughts a day rattling around in this thing we call our brains and our minds, 75,000 of them. Crazy thing is, 91% of those thoughts are identical to the previous day, and are identical to the day before that, and the day before that, and the day before that. And then we wonder why our life seems to repeat itself over and over again. So really the difference in our life, if we have 75,000 thoughts a day, here's the crazy thing, 91% of them are exactly the same.
Who's getting ready to make an impact? Why am I smiling? Because I just believe that your best days are still ahead of you, and now is your moment. I'm grateful for every speech. I'm grateful for every speaker. But now it's my time. I heard everything you had to say, but now it's my moment. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for somebody to tell you to go, all right, here I go, go? What are you going to do with the information you got today? What are you going to do with all this knowledge?
The commands that dictate to the physical realm, reality responds obediently to the desire struck upon it, manifesting the grand will of the enlightened mind. It's not what you don't know that's holding you back. It's what you do know and aren't applying. Destiny is birthed out of the sweat of today. The more one talks about their problems, the less energy they will have to overcome them. Greatness hides at the bottom of insanity. One must be willing to dive into the belly of madness to swim in the impossible. Every time the world gives you a no, there's a success coin that goes into your account. And when you get enough of those denials, then and only then can you purchase greatness. Self-awareness requires trading in one's mortal eyes for eternal ones. And with these eyes, no matter which way one looks, all that can be seen is God, blessed and unstoppable. Success is a marathon of consistency.
The separation in our life is in those 9% of their thoughts, because remember this, these magnets are pretty powerful. That's why I'm always saying that your obsessions become your possessions, because they do. You draw into your life exactly what it is you think about. It's a physical reality that you attract to yourself what you think about. So the difference in our life is 9% of our thoughts. That's why people say all the time, the difference between winning and losing is so small, it's almost too scary to talk about. And really, we've identified what it is. It's 9% of what we think about alters the direction of our life. So what I'm here to tell you today is you've got to hone in and get aware of what you think about, and then alter those 9% of the thoughts that are variable on a daily basis to serve you. Because if you don't, these thoughts become like viruses. They're viruses in our minds. What happens in a computer when it gets a virus? It slows down. It becomes sluggish. It doesn't function at its optimal level. Same thing with our thinking. If we don't get those 9% of our thoughts to serve us, our lives go in a completely different direction. So remember this, you don't see things in your life as they are. You see things in life as you are.
What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for a bell to ring? Okay, here, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I'm telling you, stop waiting. I'm telling you, don't wait. Another moment, don't wait another day. Don't wait another minute, it's your time. To win, it's your time to shine. I dare you to put a smile on your face. Why am I smiling? I'm smiling because I see your future, and your future looks better than it is right now. Why am I smiling? Because I believe that I'm talking to world changers. Why am I smiling? Because I believe that I'm talking to someone who's getting ready to build a legacy.